Hi, today we're at Arrowhead Provincial Park in Ontario. It's kind of north of Toronto, about 2 hours and 47 minutes. And I'm gonna tour you around. Actually, let's begin from the beginning. Going camping!
Arrowhead! Long drive.
With you, little boy.
Little boy! Up. Boom boom! Hi, check!
Where are we going, high school?
Arrowhead Provincial Park.
Arrowhead Provincial Park! Let's go! Camping fit check.
The drive from Toronto to Arrowhead Provincial Park took us about 1 hour and 47 minutes. There wasn't much traffic, and I assume it's because everybody is at the campsites already. Arrowhead Provincial Park is by far my favorite because of how accessible everything is and how much you can do. Usually we would camp for one night during a weekend and we would be happy to go back home and look forward to the next trip. But this was something that I didn't feel at Arrowhead. I hoped we stayed longer and had more time to do so much more. Arrowhead has 3 beaches, including one dog beach. It has rapid falls and has stunning views like the famous bagel-looking river. Here's our entire camping experience at Arrowhead. We met up with our friends to do a convoy drive. We of course took our dog with us and he absolutely enjoyed just sticking his head out the window. We stopped over at a gas station and then continued on. Upon arriving at Arrowhead, there is no one at check-in and you don't necessarily have to do a check-in at all. All you gotta do is go straight to your campsite and just make sure that you have the permit that you paid for available on your phone. And be sure to do this ahead of time because there is no signal at the campsite and it would be extremely hard to connect. Each campsite costs $60 and above depending on how many cars you want to park inside or if you have an RV. They also have cabins available and also cottages. You can also rent kayaks and some fishing gear if you have the license. Each campsite is allowed up to 2 free car parking spaces, and if you have more cars, you'd have to buy permits and park them in the many parking areas available around the park. When we got there, we were lunch hungry and started setting up the tents, and I proceeded to cook my marinated pork belly. I know it looks like we brought a whole world to a one-night camping trip, but we have been looking forward to this for such a long time, hence why everyone is just so excited to camp. After cooking and failing with our charcoal and finally finishing, we all ate together and made sure to fill up as we were about to get ready for our first hike to the waterfalls. There was so much nature to see and hear. Luño loved sniffing around and we enjoyed seeing nature up close and how Arrowhead officials did a great job in taking care of it. As mentioned earlier, everything here is accessible. We chose to walk to the falls, and even the walking trail was so smooth that even though we had a stroller with a baby in it, they were able to smoothly drive through. But in the case that you cannot use this walking trail, do know that there is a separate cemented road for cars to be able to drive through. There were actually stairs that help you go up and down the falls, so again, really accessible. We reached the falls and of course it's the perfect time for my camera to die. Nature is just incredible when seen up close. The falls were rapid and I bet it can really destroy you if you took a wrong step, but it is at the same time really beautiful and powerful. We went back and I immediately took a nap.
Just woke up. It's Canada Day. Happy Canada Day, guys. Oh, my sleep, it was okay, really. But the only problem was it's so cold last night. It was raining and it was like 9 degrees and my feet are like ice cold, and that was the worst part. So I kept waking up because it was just too cold, but nonetheless I had good sleep. Like, even though it was like I was like waking up every hour maybe, or maybe every 45 minutes, I feel rested. And it's still cold. Let me show you what the outside looks like. So it is a bit wet. It is rainy. My friends, they're still asleep. I think they went to bed maybe, if I were to estimate, maybe 3 a.m. It's fine though, they were really having fun and I just couldn't stay up Oh. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go to the car because I asked my husband to turn the heater on because my feet have been ice cold for hours and it's starting to get painful. I do not like this. Anyway, good morning. Happy Canada Day.
One thing I wish was I should have downloaded movies to my iPad. Our campsite had electricity, so I could have watched the final episode of Bridgerton. We started cooking dinner and started setting up the bonfire. We roasted marshmallows and of course did some scary stories until we had to go to bed. We went to the different beaches that the park had to offer, and we stayed the longest at the dog beach where Luño had his first lake swim. Do note that some of the beaches do not allow dogs as the parks are taking care of their turtle sanctuary. There are also launching pads for any kayaks that you rent or bring, so be on the lookout for that too. Arrowhead really makes it easy for families with elderly and kids to go camping. They have so much available flush toilets and showers that you can easily use every few meters of walking. They also have water taps available for use. I suggest bringing a large water jug just in case, as they do not permit you to wash your utensils directly on the water tap. So we just use a makeshift cooler that has nothing in it, filled it up with water, and we were all able to use that to wash any dishes that we needed clean, or maybe just wash our feet before going into the tents. In the end, I would say this was such an incredible experience and we should have stayed longer and did more, but be sure that we'll be doing this again next time. I hope you guys are encouraged to visit Arrowhead because it is such a beautiful place. The staff are amazing and the campsites are well maintained. So we're leaving, and Arrowhead has been a really great park. This is our 6th park that we went to, and this one, solid 10 out of 10. The bathrooms are clean. There's so many bathrooms. Like in every corner you look, there's a bathroom for like a certain number of people, so you don't have to keep lining up or waiting for people to finish. There's also enough shower rooms as well. There's so much to do. There's 3 beaches, 1 waterfall, 1 bend lookout, yeah, and eight trails and a dog beach. It has everything.
Waterfall.
Yeah, the waterfalls, which I learned that it's not called a waterfall, it's called rapid falls.
Still bad.
I just learned now.
And also the site is accessible with the cars.
Yes, and unlike the others that we've visited, that most of the good places to visit is you can only walk there. This one, everything is accessible by car. There's a designated parking lot for every place to go. You can just walk down there and it's always like a few minutes and then you can see whatever it is that you need to see. So really great. Happy Canada Day. Yay. I hope you liked this video, and if you'd like more, please don't forget to subscribe and follow and like.
Goodbye.